Hi guys. Hopefully you are having a good week. I should be back tomorrow. Um, I've really missed you guys, so I'm really excited to come back. Today we are going to kind of do a review over everything that we've learned about ratios and greatest common factor and all that stuff. So hopefully you're open to page 83. Okay, and what we're going to do is I'm going to have you try to work out the problem either by yourself or with a partner, depending on how you've been behaving for the substitute. They can choose. And then we'll unpause the video and I'll kind of talk through it. Okay, so go ahead and look at number one, work through it, and then unpause, put your head down when you're finished so the substitute knows that you're finished, and then unpause the video when everybody's head is down. All right, okay, here we go. Amos has 12 action, 15 comedy, and 9 drama DVDs. Find the ratio of action DVDs to the number of total DVDs and then explain its meaning. Okay, so the first thing I know is I know action is 12. Okay, and now I need total. Well, total tells me to add. And so I'm going to add the 12, the 15, and the 9. So when I add them all up, I get 36. Because 2 plus 5 is 7 plus 9 is 16. And then 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So there's 36 total. Okay, so my ratio would be 12 action to the total, which is 36. And it has to be in this way. Remember, because in the question it says action to the total. So I have action to the total. I could have also written it like this, 12 to 36. Or I could have written it like a fraction, 12 to 36 this way. Any one of those three are correct. Okay. And then what does it mean? Well, it means that for every that I have 12 out of 36 movies are action. Okay. All right, go ahead and do number 2 and then pause the video now. All right, a basketball player signs a contract that pays him $16 million over 4 years. What is his average pay per year? Per year, that sounds like unit rate, right? And I know unit rate is for 1. That per means 1, right? Okay, so I get 16 million. Wouldn't that be nice? In 4 years. And they want to know how much it's going to be for 1 year. Okay. So the first thing I have to do is figure out, how do I get 4 to 1? Well, I know if I divide by 4, right? 4 divided by 4 is 1. So then I do 16 divided by 4. And I know 16 divided by 4 is 4. And so he gets $4 million in 1 year. All right, go ahead and look at number 3. Pause the video now. In a parking lot, 3 out of 8 vehicles were trucks. If there were 128 vehicles, complete the ratio table to find the number of trucks. Okay, so 3 trucks for 8 vehicles, and then they want to know how much for 128. Well, I could do a ratio table, and I could go up by 8 every time, right? And up by 3 every time until I get to 128. But that would be a whole lot, wouldn't it? So instead, I'm going to divide 8 into 128. I know that 8 goes into 12 one time. And so then I have 48. And I know that 8 times 6 is 48. So that means if I multiply by 16 on the bottom, 8 times 16 is 128. So I'm going to do the same thing up at the top. 16 times 3, 6, 12, 18. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 more is 4. And so I have 48 trucks. for 128 vehicles. Okay, go ahead and do number 4. All right, Isabel bought 12 wallet-size photos for $36. Use a ratio table to determine how much she will pay for 5 more photos. Okay, well, I can't get 12 to 5, right? Nothing divided by 12 is 5. So I'm going to break it down to unit rate. Okay, so I'm going to look, okay, remember to break it down to unit rate. I need to figure out, or I need to divide the top and the bottom by the smallest number. Well, obviously 12 is smaller than 36, so I'm going to divide them both by 12. So the 12 divided by 12 is 1. 36 divided by 12 is 3. Now to get 1 to 5, obviously, that's much easier. I times 5. And then I do the same thing at the bottom, and I know 3 times 5 is 15. And so it's 15. Okay. Now, go ahead and do number 5. Okay. The temperature rose 4 degrees Fahrenheit for every 90 minutes before noon and 2 degrees Fahrenheit for every 45 minutes after noon. Are these ratios equivalent? Okay. Equivalent means that if I do something to this one, I should be able to get the other one. Okay, so remember there's 2 ways to do this. I could find the unit rate of both, but 2 divided by 45, that doesn't go in equally. So I'm going to do it this way. I know that 4 divided by 2 is 2, right? And is 90 divided by 2 45? Let's figure it out. 2 goes into 90 4 times. And 2 goes into 10 5 times. So yeah, it is. And so yes, these are both equivalent. Okay? Because if I double 2 45ths, it equals 4 90s. Okay? Or I could also show by doing a ratio table. 2 45s. The next one would be 4 90s. Okay, and we know that if I can do this and it's equal, or if it's on the same ratio table, then it's equal. Okay, let's look at the next one. Go ahead and do the next one by yourself. Okay, so Stacy has 8 necklaces in 48 minutes. Nick has 4 necklaces in 24 minutes. Is it equal? Okay, well, I'm going to do the same thing. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Is 28 divided by 2 24? Let's figure it out. 48 divided by 2. 2 goes into 4 2 times. 2 goes into 8 4 times. Oh, look. Yes, it is. So this one is yes. And how do I explain it? Well, again, if I double 4 over 24, I get 8 over 48, right? 4 times 2 is 8. I'm sorry. Yeah, 4 times 2 is 8, and 24 times 2 is 48. You could also, again, make a ratio table. 4, the next number would be 8. On the bottom, it's 24. The next number would be 48. Okay? Either way, it's a good justification. All right, go ahead and do number 7 on your own. Okay, in the 6th grade, 12 out of 27 students have a dog. So these are the dogs, these are the total. If there are 162 students total, how many have a dog? Okay, to figure that out, I need to know what times 27 is 162? I don't know, so I'm going to divide it to figure it out. Okay, and 27 goes into 162 6 times. So if I do 12 times 6, that's 72. And so there are 72 dogs. All right, guys, please make sure if you have any questions at all, text me on Remind or email me. I will be getting back to you. All right, guys.